with a sunshiny smile, heard the roar of a plane as it sailed through the sky. To a playmate she cried with a bright twinkling eye, my daddy rides that ship in the sky. Oh, my daddy rides that ship in the sky. My daddy rides that ship in the sky. Mama's not afraid and neither am I, 'cause my daddy rides that ship in the sky. Then a pug-nosed kid, as he kicked up his heel, says, my daddy works in the iron and the steel. Yes, my daddy makes planes so they fly through the sky, and that's what keeps your daddy up there so high. Oh, that's what keeps your daddy up there so high. That's what keeps your daddy up there so high. If you're not afraid, then neither am I, 'cause my daddy keeps your daddy up in the sky.
We're people, we're animals, we're flowers and birds in flight. I said we're people, we're animals, we're flowers and birds in flight all together. And we're all family under one sky, we're family under one sky. Can't hear, we're all family under one sky. We've got dark skin, we've got light skin, we've got straight hair and curly too. We speak English, we speak Spanish. We're different, but we're the same. Here you go. And we're all a family under one sky. We're a family under one sky. We're all a family under one sky. We're a family under one sky. Once more, we're all a family under one sky. Family under one sky. We're all a family under one sky. We're family under one sky. Gather round, everybody, they said, and everyone gathered round as the two travelers put some water in that pot and built a fire underneath, and then everyone watched as one of the travelers reached down and picked up a stone out of the road and threw it into the pot. This, he said, is no ordinary stone, and this is no ordinary soup. We're making stone soup, we're making stone soup, we're making stone soup today. Hey, can you sing that with us? We're making stone soup, we're making stone soup, we're making stone soup today. Hey, and it will be nutritious, delicious, incredible, edible, but it would taste a little better if we had a few more ingredients to put in it. Well, said a woman, I've got some green beans. Okay, go and bring it, said the travelers. Anybody here got anything to put in the pot? Anybody got an idea? What could you give to put in the pot? Potatoes! Yes, they said potatoes. Bring some potatoes. How about you? Yeah, and the yellow dress. What would you put in the pot? Think of it before you raise your hand, huh? A banana, they said. A little unusual, but I bet it'll taste good, they said. They said, bring what you got and put it in the pot. Bring what you got and put it in the pot. Sing that. Bring what you got and put it in the pot. Bring what you got and put it in the pot. Make stone soup, make stone soup, make stone soup today. Hey, stone soup, make stone soup, make stone soup today. Hey. few other ingredients. And now to Latin America. This is underneath the United States. Latin America goes all the way from Mexico down through Central America, down into South America. That's Latin America. They have lots of wonderful markets in Latin America. There's a food market. There's a market with lots of crafts like I've got there. There's my sister-in-law and my nephews in a market in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. And here's a song about going to the market to buy some musical instruments. I'm going to have you help me do this. And I want you to not just sing this, I want you to help me play the instruments. There's Jose Luis Orozco. This comes from a book of his called Diez Deditos, and other playwrights and action songs from Latin America. Here's another book with other great songs. There'll be a guitar, there'll be a clarinet and clarinete, there'll be a violin, and then a cello, which is pronounced violon in Spanish, and there'll be a tutu, a tambor, or a piano.
En la pulga de San Jose, yo compré una guitarra. And then you play your guitar. Can you hold up your hands like you're playing a guitar? One hand goes out like that and the other strums. Ta-da-ta-da-ta-da, la guitarra. Sing that with me while you play. Ta-da-ta-da-ta-da, la guitarra. Now you guys can play too back there if you like. Ta-da-ta-da-ta-da, la guitarra. Then sing, by usted, which means you go to. By usted, a la pulga de San Jose. You go to la pulga de San Jose. That's it. En la pulga de San Jose, yo compré un clarinete. Play your clarinet, ready? Nete, 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 clarinete. Guitar. Ta-da-ta-da-ta-da, la guitarra. By usted, a la pulga de San Jose. By usted, a la pulga de San Jose. En la pulga de San Jose, yo compré un violín, a violin, little instrument, like a little guitar. This goes under your chin. This goes up in your hand. Hold up your violin. You need a bow to play it. A stick with some horse's hair. Hold that with this hand. Lean, lean, violin. Good. Nete, 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 clarinete. Tada, 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 la guitarra. By usted, a la pulga de San Jose. I want to sing you a little song and tell you a story that comes from there. The song is called Mi Casa es Su Casa. What does that mean? Who can tell me what that means? What does that mean? My house is your house. That's right. It's a way of welcoming somebody. It's like saying, make yourself at home. Feel like you're at home. My house is your house. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. There are some of the words to it. Now, in this song, the woman who wrote it, Michelle Valerie, is kind of telling about her adventures when she traveled throughout Latin America. And she found that every place she went, the people were so nice to her. And most of them were poor people. They might have only one chair in their house, but they would say, sit down in that chair. They might have one Coca-Cola in the refrigerator. They'd give her that. If she stayed the night, they'd give her the one mattress. They were so nice to her, she wanted to write a song about her. But because she was writing for kids, she thought it'd be fun to make it animals instead of people who were inviting her in. The first animal who invites her in is an anaconda. She's floating down the Amazon River. Now, really, you wouldn't want an anaconda to invite you home. Not a real anaconda. But this is a pretend song, okay? And then she's hiking in the Andes Mountains with a Quechua guide. That's a Quechua Indian.
They lived there a long time before the Spanish ever came over with a Quechua guide. And there was an Inca ruin. That's the old city of Machu Picchu, okay, on the mountainside. And there was a llama or a llama right there, big fuzzy animal.
Casa es su casa, help me whenever you are near. Mi casa es su casa, sit down and rest right here. Well, I was floating in a boat down the Amazon, looking in the water at the setting sun. Suddenly an anaconda in a tree hung way over upside down in front of me and said, Mi casa es su casa, whenever you are near. Mi casa es su casa, sit down and rest right here. Well, I was hiking in the Andes with a Quechua guide. It was an Inca ruin on the mountainside. And standing in the shadow of a temple wall, there was a friendly llama. She was 8 feet tall, and she said, Mi casa es su casa, whenever you are near. Mi casa es su casa, sit down and rest right here.
He came to a big room, and everybody was sitting around that big room around a huge banquet table. It was filled with food, but when he looked at the people, they were all sobbing, and they were all skinny, and they were all miserable. And then when he looked, he saw the reason for it. What they had to eat was 3-foot-long chopsticks. You know what chopsticks are, right? They're about this long. You pick it up, the food, and you put it in your mouth. Well, these were so long, they could pick up the food, but they couldn't get it to their mouths. He said, oh, I see why they're so miserable. And he said, now I'll show you what happiness looks like. And he took them out, and he took them to another place, and he came in. It looked just the same. There were all these people sitting around this huge table filled with food. And sure enough, they all had those 3-foot-long chopsticks. He thought to himself, well, what on earth? He said, why are these people so happy? They were singing and they were healthy. And he looked a little closer, and then he saw what it was. Each one of them was taking his chopsticks and he was feeding someone else. And so everybody got fed. He said, that's the difference between happiness and sorrow. Something to think about.
And the Prophet Muhammad was the founder of Islam. The holy book is not the Bible, it's the Quran. And there are 5 pillars. To believe in no God but Allah, and Allah just means God in Arabic. To believe in God, and that Muhammad is his prophet. To pray 5 times a day. To fast during the month of Ramadan. To give a share of your personal wealth to the poor. That's one of the 5 pillars. And to perform a pilgrimage, which a lot of people don't get to do, but that's a goal, to Mecca at least once in a lifetime.
And many Muslim women wear a hijab over their head. Okay? Now, most mosques, the equivalent of a church, don't look like that. That's a big and beautiful one in the capital of Turkey, Istanbul. And it just happens that the first story I'm going to tell you comes from that country of Turkey. It's one of many, many stories told about a man who really lived, whose name was Nasruddin. Hoja wasn't really his last name. Hoja means teacher. He was considered a teacher, but he taught in a very odd way. Many of the stories that people have been telling ever since show him sometimes acting very foolish, and other times he acts very wise. And sometimes there's kind of a mix of the two. The story I want to tell you, I learned from another book, that you can find a version of it in the picture book called The Hungry Coat. Okay? It goes like this. One time, the Hoja was invited to a banquet at the home of the Mukhtar, a very important man in his village. Now, the Hoja was considered a wise man, Nasruddin, in his village. And he loved to eat. So being invited to a banquet was perfect. All day long as he was working in the garden, he was thinking, all that delicious food. As I'm eating that food, people will be asking my opinion about all kinds of interesting things. It will be great. All day long he was thinking about that as he was working in the garden, and he was thinking so hard that he didn't pay attention to the time. And before he knew it, the sun was setting, and he realized that he did not have time to go home and bathe and put on his beautiful clothes and arrive at the banquet on time. Well, that was a problem. He didn't want to be impolite to his host, and so he decided the best thing was to go to the banquet dressed in his clothes that he used for gardening. He even had some dirt on his hands and his clothes. But when he went into the banquet, the Mukhtar paid him no attention, and he let him be seated way back in a far corner of the room at the end of a long table. By the time the delicious food got to the end of the table, there was nothing left. Well, there sat Nasruddin at the end of this table. He was hungry. He'd been working all day. He hadn't eaten. And worse than that, his feelings were hurt because he was a very important man in the village, and here he was stuck in the corner. The Mukhtar had not even bothered to greet him. Well, with his feelings hurt and his stomach empty, he got up, he slipped out of the banquet, and he went home. When he got home, he took a good bath, and then he put on his most elegant clothes. He put on a flowing shirt. He put on his baggy pants, which were the dressy pants for Turkey. He put on a beautiful turban, and on top his new fur coat. And with that, he went back to the banquet. Well, now this time, when he entered the banquet, the Mukhtar rose to meet him. He took him and he seated him right beside himself in the place of honor. And the trays of food started coming to him, and the Mukhtar and everybody was asking him questions. But as he reached for the food, instead of putting it in his mouth, he started putting the food into the pockets of his jacket. And that included all kinds of different sauces and everything. So the Mukhtar could see all this food piling up in his pockets. When the pockets filled up, the Hoja took the food and he began to rub it into his chest. He even rubbed some in his beard. He kept going on like this until the Mukhtar said, "Hoja, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind?" "No," said the Hoja, "I'm just trying to teach you a little lesson. You see, when I came here earlier dressed in my work clothes, you did not even greet me. And you seated me in a corner where there was no food. Now, when I came back dressed in these elegant clothes, you treated me as the guest of honor. Well, I haven't changed, so it must be my clothes that you're honoring. Out of respect for my clothes, I'm feeding them first. Eat my clothes," he said. "You are the guest of honor." And with that, he got up and he left the banquet.
not important what a person looks like on the outside, it's the person inside.
If we could consider each other a neighbor, a sister, or brother, it could be a wonderful, wonderful world. It could be a wonderful world. Oh yes, it could be a wonderful world.
If each little kid could have fresh milk each day, if all working folks had enough time to play, if each homeless soul had a good place to stay, it could be a wonderful world. Oh yes, it could be a wonderful world.
If we could consider each other a neighbor, a sister, or brother, it could be a wonderful,